Good morning. Wait. Hold on. Let me get it right, y'all. Let me get it right. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this correct here this morning. Because I think I may need to move y'all. TikTok, I may need to move y'all over here. Let me see. Let me see how it look. Let me see how it look. Is that better? Is that better? All right, y'all. Let me do it right this morning. Hold on. Hold on, because I had to get my TikTok people together. Had to get y'all right over here. Hey, good morning. Look, okay, y'all ready for it this morning? Can I start over? Hold on, baby, hold on. All right, y'all, I'm ready. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning to you. Yes, indeed. You know what today is. Y'all know what we do. Y'all come on in this morning. Hey, good morning to you. Good morning. Hey, good morning to you. Yes. Good morning. It is a Tuesday. Y'all know what today is. Y'all know how it goes. I'm saying good morning to you. Hey, D Holly, good morning. You know I love all those O's and R's and INGs. I love it. I love it. Y'all come on in this morning. Y'all come on in and come talk to me this morning. Y'all come let me know what you got going on, what you got happening. Yes, good morning. All right, y'all. Good morning. Look, y'all make me so happy. Y'all just make me smile in the morning. I just want to let me take a sip. Hold on. Hey, this is me. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Hold on. Let me pull this microphone back just a little bit because I think y'all can hear me really good. Hold on. Mm. Oh, it's a good Tuesday morning. How y'all feeling this morning? All right, y'all. Y'all come on in and come talk to me. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all tippity tap the middle of that screen, TikTok. Show me some love, like, hearts, gifts, roses, diamonds, all of that good stuff. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean. Y'all show me some thumbs up. Show me some hearts. Y'all tell a friend, right? Tell a friend. Tell a friend to come follow me. Come be around me. And y'all, I'm gonna take these glasses off because I think, yeah, let me put these down over here. Because I just believe. Right, look, I can see y'all. Hey, Steve, good morning. So, yeah, y'all come on in. Y'all tell a friend, like, follow, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. So, somebody asked me, um, literally, like, am I on social media? Yes, I'm on social media. Y'all, I am Titan Capri on all social media. All you got to do is type in Titan Capri, Google me, whatever it is that you feel you need to do, you can go ahead on and you can do that. And just yeah, come follow me. So this morning, on Sunday, I went live on TikTok on Sunday, and someone asked for me to do a topic this morning. Well, they asked for me to do a topic, and they didn't say this morning, but I said, okay, well, let's go ahead and do that. Hey, Miss Funky, Grand Rising. She said, Grand Rising King, Queen, it up. Hold up. Grand Rising King, indeed. Grand Rising. Look, I had to come back to it. I would love like that. So this is what I want to do this morning. So I'm going to talk about the topic, but I'm going to get into it, right? So the topic this morning from let me see, from Jasmine. Jasmine is one of my she's part of my village, my tribe, my gang on TikTok, I believe, right? And so Sunday I had a good day. I came in, I wanted to give a word, and then I wanted to play some music and stuff. And this was on TikTok, right? And so I did that and I had a really good time, right? I had never really done that before. I've done music and stuff and got on, but I've never really done like, just full music. And I took a couple of requests, but I love music and I love what music does. Hey, Vera, good morning. Good morning. This is me, said Sunday was fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow, Vera. Miss Funky said, I was there. I love the Sunday vibe. Indeed. So I was thinking, let me go ahead and and do a little Sunday vibe. So I think, I'm finalizing everything, but I think Sunday is going to be a Sunday vibe, and yeah, and I'm going to do that. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I'm trying to do it with everybody so I can be live and not get a strike against me or not get shut down. Right? Yeah. So y'all know how that goes. right? So Jasmine asked for a topic, right? And the topic is putting down your trauma. So this morning, that's going to be our topic, putting down your trauma. And what I want to do is it'll be a couple of things. And I'm going to say this, and then we're going to do what we normally do, party and do all that good stuff. But we're going to talk about trauma, what trauma is, right? And then we're going to talk about possibly 3 things you can do, right, to put your trauma down. Okay, y'all understand what I'm saying? Because throughout life, we pick things up, right? But we want to put it down. When we say put it down, we want to deal with it. We want to understand it. We want to know. So 3 things, right? And if y'all know, I'm over here writing in my journal, right? I'm writing in my journal, right? 3 things we can do to put your trauma down. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Woo. All right. So that's what we can do. So that's going to be our topic this morning. So what I want y'all to do, I want y'all to come on in, tell a friend. I want y'all to grab your cups. Tell me what's in your cup this morning and where you from. Now I'm going to pull my cup on up here this morning. Let me see if I can show y'all. Can I go low and show y'all? I know it look a little light. They look a little light this morning, but it sure is good. Ooh. So those of you who are just now seeing and hearing and feeling me for the first time, that's how we sip here at Titan in the morning. Come on. All right, this is me. This is me said coffee and Texas. Indeed. Hey, Vera, Atlanta, GA. Hey, Tamaris. I think that's how you say your name, Tamaris. Thank you so much for the follow. Good morning to you. Hey, Pauline. Thank you so much for the follow. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so somebody asked me, they said, well, Titan, you always do this. This is what you do. Yes, this is what I do. I do Titan in the morning every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's what I do, right? And on this is for those that are just seeing and hearing and feeling me for the first time today, right? What we do is that we just have conversation. We talk about things. We talk about real life, but we're all about loving ourselves, uplifting ourselves, and being there for our communities, our families, and things like that, right? So I identify, right? And this is just me being, straightforward. So we all are on the same page. I identify as a Black gay man who is HIV positive, right? I'm celebrating 19 years this year. And so when I do this, right, I do this for the culture, for the community, and also for myself, because for so long, I was not able to do that. So this is going to go into put your trauma down, put down your trauma. I'm sorry. Well, it could be put your trauma down, but put down your trauma. Okay. So here lately, I've been having a lot of people commenting and talking about things, right? And some are good and some are bad, right? In a sense, because some of it is traumatic. And so I really want to make sure that we are on that. So this morning, we're going to talk about that. We're going to be about it. But yes, that's what the topic is this morning. Put down your trauma. We're going to put it down. We're going to acknowledge what trauma is, but then we're going to put it down. Okay? We're going to put it down. All right. Coffee in Texas. This is me said coffee in Texas. Hey, Garnetta. Good morning. Okay. D. Holly said Starbucks dark roast. Wait a minute. Dark roast, malt, almond milk, Chicago, Illinois. Okay, come on. That dark roast be going hard in the paint, don't it, D. Holly? That's what I'm talking about. I love a good old dark roast. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, so yes, indeed. Hey, good morning. Hey, Podbean. So let me say something to you all, Podbean, this morning. So for some reason, for the last couple of days, trying to go live on Podbean, it wouldn't allow me. It kept shutting me down or something like that. I don't know if I offended somebody. I don't know what happened, but I'm back on it today, Podbean. So y'all show me some thumbs up, show me some hearts, show me some love all over there. Okay, Vera, thank you so much. I'll be trying to have my energy up. All right. So y'all, right now we're talking about what's in your cup and where you're from, right? Our topic today is going to be put down your trauma. And we're going to take a sip of the topic in just a minute, okay? Yes. Okay. Yes, indeed. Okay. Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. Okay, y'all. So this is what I try to do. Hey, Prince J, good morning. I try to be as transparent as possible, right? So when I'm answering questions, I like to tell you what the question is or what the comment is or something like that, so we can kind of be on the same page. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Prince J, for the gift. I appreciate it. Yes. Uh-huh. So yes, every Tuesday and Thursday, they ask Titan, when are you on? Every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And after Sunday, I think what's going to happen is that I'm going to do a Sunday vibing or vibing with Titan on a Sunday or something like that, right? And just come in, have a word because it's a Sunday, right? And then we're going to listen to some music and do some things like that. Now, y'all, I'm saying this, but y'all know like certain platforms won't allow you to play music. You'll get a strike against you. So yeah. Y'all bear with me while I work this stuff out because what's the name shut me down. I'm not gonna say the platform, but they shut me down for a whole 8 days. Like they shut me down, right? And even if you are saying, well, I don't own the rights or I don't do this or do that, right? And then you got to do all these little jumping through hoops in order to play this and play that. So you know how that goes, type of thing, right? I don't know what happened. What happened here? Okay, I see all the. Are y'all seeing this on this side over here? Because I am a little. Wait. I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Let me see real quick. Hold up. Okay. Okay. Look, I don't know what's happening. Look. Okay. Look, y'all. All right. All right. Okay. Y'all say y'all see me. I'm in. I'm in. Okay. So I want to say something this morning to you all. Because I here lately I've been getting um a lot of not bad publicity, if you would, but I've been getting a lot of comments, um, statements, and concerns about who I am and what I am and how I show up, right? And so this is not those that know me. This is not those that have been around me. This is not those that truly understand who I am, right? So this is going to go into put down your trauma, right? So y'all, I've been getting a lot of comments, right? Because now I okay, so this is me said, oh hold on y'all 1 second. This is me said do the live on all platforms, then at the music section, shut down and direct them here for the music session. Okay, okay, you're right. You're right. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. Okay, look, yeah, y'all help me out because I'm new to all of this. Y'all help me out. Y'all help me out. Make sure that I'm good, okay? Make sure that I'm good. All right, so I've been getting a lot of comments and things, talking about um, my identifying the way that I identify. It's not of God. It's not of Les. Um, Somebody even said that Noah, it was two individuals. It was a woman and a man. They did not make two men. That it's an abomination. That it's nasty. It's all of this, right? And so, the reason I'm saying this to you all this morning is because I want to really talk to those individuals who are living this right now, just as I am, real time, right? Hey, Claudette, good morning. Good morning. Claudette said, good morning, blessing everyone. Happy Tuesday, right? Good morning to you. So I just want to talk to you all really quickly, right? And then we'll get into the topic. And the topic is put down your trauma, right? And a lot of things, a lot of times what happens is that people will tell you something and think that they have the right to talk to you or tell you something in a manner, right? In this manner, right? Hey, Queen Petty. Hey, Queen Petty. It's been a while. Grand rising to you as well. Hmm? Okay. Exactly. D Holly. D Holly said, yes. And milk is a almond milk, like silk, but less ingredients in it, more just almonds and filtered water. Okay, cool. And then she also said yes, because YouTube has so many music restrictions. They do. Like they will shut you down, right? They will shut you down, and you'll be sitting here thinking, like, what? Like, what's happening? And then the crazy part is that you'll go back on and try to go live, and you can't go live. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't get. I didn't see you, Queen Petty. My bad. The comments may have been going. I apologize. I apologize. I know you're my peoples. I got you. I got you. Okay. And then Tamara. Hey, Tamara. Good morning. All right, y'all. Let me get a good. Okay. So, I wanted to talk about just for a minute how these comments and things have been coming, right? And that there seem to be more and more and more, right? Um, Oh, I was on one when you got here. Okay, that's probably what it was. That's probably why I didn't see you. So I do apologize on that. So here lately, I've been getting a lot of comments and things like that. But on the flip side of that, I've been getting a lot of messages and messages from individuals who are dealing with trauma, stigma, who are dealing with HIV status, who are dealing with a child or someone in their family who's LGBTQIA plus, right? And so they are thanking me and telling me that what I'm doing is good and is great and all of that. And so I just wanted to take a moment with you all this morning and just say that sometimes, right, it's gonna look gloomy, it's gonna feel like it's not what it should be, right? But I just want to let you all know that I'm here for you. Like if you need to talk, need to do anything, and I know y'all probably don't know me from a can of paint. Y'all come on in the mornings and y'all are like, oh, he got a good vibe, he doing whatever, but I don't really know if I can talk to him. But I just want to say that I am a resource for you. So use me if you need to use me and do that. So I want to talk to, just for a second, to the mother of the young boy um, that is going through some things right now, right? And I'm telling you what the mother told me, right? I don't want to misquote. This is what the mother said to me. So I want to honor her in her um in her approaching me and advising me of what she was going through, right? So here's the thing. She doesn't hate her son, right? She doesn't dislike it. She just didn't understand why that he was born her son, right? And now that he no longer identifies, and I'm saying he because I want to take you through the transition, no longer identifies as her son, right? But now identifies, right, as her daughter, right? So as a trans female, right? And so or someone of trans experience, right? And so I don't want to quote what that is. I'm going by what the mother said to me, right? What she wrote to me in the message. She says, Titan, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, right? But my son no longer wants to be my son. My son now wants to be my daughter. And I love my son, right? And she said, I don't even know if I'm saying this correctly because my son cringes every time I say that, right? Now, y'all, this is just as y'all hold still because this is the story, right? And then I'm not going to go through the whole story, but I highlighted a couple of things, right? So to give you some context, she says, Titan, I need help because I love him, but now it's hard for me to love her because my child that I bore, right, was a male, right? And so she says, anything you can do to help would be great. She said, I want to be able to be inclusive, as you say, and I want to be there for my child, but I'm having a hard time understanding, right? She said, please help. I don't want to lose my baby. That's what she said. So I told her my answer to her, first off, was thank you, right? Was thank you. Because we all need some grace, y'all. Some things we just don't understand. We're all born at different times in different places and spaces in this world. And sometimes we do not understand what is actually going on. We don't get it. Even though it's right in front of our faces, we are still human and we still have, right? We still have what we have been born and bred to believe, right? We don't want to let it go because then that means that something may be wrong with us, right? And I just want to talk from experience. Right? So I told her that I hold space for her, but I told her that she can be there for her daughter, right? What she can do, right, is talk to her daughter and understand what her daughter is going through, although her daughter was born as her son, right? Okay. Yeah, and y'all follow me, and y'all follow me. I said, the thing is, the great part about this is that you want to be there for your child, right? And so for this moment, I'm going to call the daughter, right? The child, because that's what she kept saying. That's my child. That's my child. That's my baby, right? So for her, I'm going to do this, not disrespecting, not taking away from the child, right? How they identify, but for the context of this of the back and forth with me, and not back and forth in a bad way, but the conversation between me and the mother, I want to make sure that she felt that she was heard so we can have some understanding, right? And y'all, the crazy part about this is that we're in 2024 and people still feel like this. People still don't understand. And then people ask me, why do I get onto this platform and why do I advocate and do these things, right? Why do I do that? Because there are things like this that's happening right in front of our faces. And y'all, we are telling people, just grow up, just forget about it. Your trauma ain't that bad. That was when you was a kid. You don't, y'all, we carry that trauma with us, right? So she said that she didn't want for her child what she had seen for so many other children, right? Growing up, right? The ridiculing, right? The fighting, the attacking, the SA, the all of this stuff that was happening. She didn't want that for her child. So she tried to protect her child the best way she knew how, right? And the best way that she knew how was not allowing her child to be who her child needed to be or who her child was born to be. Right. And that's a lot to swallow, y'all. That's a lot to swallow. And so this morning, I'm going to go a little deep because I guess y'all saying, Ty, you always go deep. But, anyways, this morning, I'm going to go a little deep because I asked her if she would tune in on Tuesday, right? Because I'm going to address it. I'm not going to say her name or anything like that, but I want y'all, this is real life, right? This is real life. Everybody is telling her to leave her child in the dark. Your child is wrong. Your child is bad. She said her church even told her that her child is because it's one thing, right? It's one thing for you to be going to church, right? And you are going to church and this way, right? And then you come back to church, right? And then you are this way, or you look this way, or you present this way, or you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you don't have the right to do that. And y'all, I'm trying to put these disclaimers on because people have said, Titan, you don't know the stuff. No, because y'all know I'm go hard in the paint for my community always. But I have to understand, being a parent myself, how that feels. Like a lot of things are said and done in your childhood, and they are not exactly what they are, right? And there's always a story behind it, you know? And so I think we have to show people grace. You understand what I'm saying? We have to show people grace because we don't understand a lot. We are always learning, you know, things are always evolving and changing, right? And so it's easier said than done for us to say, oh, you better do this, and this, but we don't know what she's been through, right? And somebody even said, oh, well, don't forget about her. What about the child? But we cannot forget about her because she's the mother, right? Now, don't get me wrong. If you out here acting foul and acting a fool and doing the kind of things that you do, you know what? I don't have time for that, right? But if you are genuinely trying to love your child and be there for your child and understand what your child is going through, then you can do that. You can do that. But society told her, community told her, her church community, her Black community told her, right? And y'all know this hits home for me, that her child was not welcome. You understand what I'm saying? That her child was not welcome. And so, y'all, we got to understand where we are in this. She don't want to put her child out. She don't want to leave her child alone. She don't want to do those things. But when you got this pressure over here, when you got people over here, and then you're dealing with your own trauma, right? So I asked her, right, to have space, to hold space for her daughter, right? I asked her to hold space for the understanding, right? And show yourself some grace because you're human. Things are going to happen, right? You're probably going to slip up and say the wrong thing. But as long as your child knows that you are trying, that you are getting there, and that y'all are walking through this journey together, then I don't think it is going to be anything that's nasty or vindictive or anything like that. But it's the understanding, right, that needs to be had. Understanding on her part and understanding on her part, her daughter's part, right? And understanding that sometimes the mother is against this because the mother you were born to her child. She celebrated you, right? And she felt, and this is what she said in her in her message, she felt as if a part of her, right, that they just wanted to take it away. Didn't ask her if it was okay or not. And I know that the child does not necessarily have to ask, is it okay? Because the child has to live their life. Now, the child is older now, right? But she was saying, I'm still trying to deal with it. But people want to tell her to ostracize, to leave that child alone. That child is demonic. That child is abomination, all these things. But she's saying, that's my child. I carried that child for 9 months. That child is a part of me. And y'all, I don't want to lose my child, right? So I told her that we can talk whenever she needs to talk, right? But I told her she has to be able to speak to her child about her feelings, not fight, not argue, not fuss, but hold space for the child. So tell the child, right, that this is where I'm at, right? You know what I'm saying? Be real, okay? This is how it affects me. This is how I feel, right? Me, as someone who was told that I was demonic and I was an abomination, right? Nobody ever understood how I felt. And I believe, now people did ask, but I believe that nobody actually came to me and said, Titan, are you okay? Titan, what's wrong? Titan, how do you feel? You know what I mean? And so, y'all, while we are out here living our lives and we're doing what we do, and I'm thinking that I think and I feel, right, that I was born this way and that I'm on purpose and things like that, we have to show each other some grace because it's change. Change will happen, right? Change is gradual. When something changes on a dime, when it stops just like that, and all of a sudden, what you have lived and what you believe in and what you have is gone, and now something else is there, right? Some people are not good with change like that, right? And that's what I wanted to say to you all today, right? I'm telling her she's watching, listening, and feeling this, I hold space for you, right? I hold space for you in the hopes that you and your daughter are able to sit down and able to talk it out and get some understanding around what's going on. Because what we do is that we carry this trauma, we carry this stigma, we carry this hurt, this shame, this guilt. And then we believe that it's all about us. And it's not always all about us in the grand scheme of, right? That I want to have a relationship with my child. I want to make sure that I'm protecting my child. That's what my child, and y'all all know, because we got those mothers. Those mothers will go to hell and back for us because we are their children. And that's what happens. Y'all, I'm 53 years old and my mama still called me her baby, right? So I hold space for my mother for anything that she may not understand or she may not get, right? I hold space for her in saying that I'm going to express to you what I'm feeling so you can understand where we're at, right? Now, not all parents are going to be like that. Not all parents are going to be as forthcoming as my mother was, or as your mother may have been, or your father, or your family, right? But what we have to do is continue, right, with the holding space and showing grace for the things that we're going through, right? Because we all have a story. We all have been down this road. You feel me? So I say to you, to all of those mothers out there and those fathers, those parents, right, and those family members, that you have someone that's on the spectrum of the LGBTQIA plus spectrum, right? Or you have someone that you feel that was one way years ago, but now they are different. Now they have changed, and you are not able to truly accept, right? Or understand, or you don't feel, or you don't know. I think the conversation needs to be had about where am I at right now? Where am I at as the person receiving this? And where are you as the person that's going through it? You understand what I'm saying? That's what we have to do. And so I asked her, I said, are you there for your daughter? Just be there for her and let her know you would like to understand what she's going through. But you don't go to her and tell her, you better stop. This is nasty. You're going to write her never. No, no. You don't know how long, you don't know what she went through in order to stand in front of you and say this to her mother, right? Because as children, we all don't want to let our parents down. And I'm saying children, but y'all, I'm not talking about 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But let's be clear. As a child growing up, you are taught that your parents is the end all be all, right? You revere your parents. You love your parents. You are there for your parents. So you don't want to hurt your parents. You understand what I'm saying? So just imagine them going through all they going through out there in them streets, and they come home to the same thing, right? To the same thing. And just imagine how they are trying to tell you what's going on and you don't want to hear it, right? You shutting it down. You telling them they better act right. All of that. You're telling them all of that. And all they want to do is love you because you're their parents, but they want love from you. Y'all with me this morning? And so I'm talking to her, but I'm talking to all of y'all out there that have children, right? That have children that may have transitioned, that may have feminine ways, that may have masculine ways, and all of these things, that may have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a friend, or boo-boo, or baby. Y'all, we got to stop condemning people for what we don't understand, right? What we don't understand. But this is going to go into our topic this morning, right? I'm going to end it with that, y'all, and then I'll come back and talk to you all about the response that she gave me after that. And so I told her that we'll continue talking. But the first thing I wanted her to do was hold space for herself. She don't have all the answers. She don't know everything that's going on, even though she may be a 50, 60-year-old woman, Black woman in the hood, right? Even though she may be that, she still don't have all the answers, right? And so I asked her just to hold space for herself, right? And not beat herself up because she didn't understand right off the bat. But now here's where the work begins, right? I'm going to go to my child, to my daughter, right? And I'm going to talk to her about where she's at and how I can help her. What can I do to support you, right? And I need to have that understanding. What are you going through? What has happened? What's going on? And it's okay to ask these questions. You understand what I'm saying? Like people say all the time, well, why are you asking me that? I have to understand where you're coming from. Y'all know the old saying, if closed mouth don't get fed. I can't tell you. I can't tell you something, right? If I keep it in. So I got to speak to you because y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we do. We will sit in the middle of chaos and destruction. Hey, thank you so much. We will sit in the midst of all of these things, and it is hurting us. Y'all, I've been there. I've done that. Y'all remember I said that I was in a room full of people and screaming to the top of my lungs, but it was like nobody could hear me, right? Nobody understood what I was going through. So what did I do? I did what I needed to do in the dark, out in the streets, and did that. I tried to pretend. I tried to do all of these things, but y'all, my family was there. My village, my tribe, my gang, they were there. My chosen family was there, right? But I couldn't let them know what was going on if I didn't open my mouth and say something, right? And y'all, what happens is as parents, we want to protect our children to the best of our ability. And some of us were born in different times. So we think differently. We feel differently, right? We feel differently about the church. We feel differently about Bibles. We feel differently about all of those things, right? And so we come from different levels. But the thing that I said to her was show yourself some grace, right? Because you don't have all the answers. And if you go to your daughter, right? And if you go to your daughter and you talk to your daughter and ask your daughter, how can I support you and what you are doing and what you're going through? How can I help me to understand where you're at, right? So I can be there with you. Because this particular person asked me to help her because she didn't want to lose her child, period. Right? She didn't want to lose her child. But y'all, what we can't do, we can't be disrespectful to the child's feelings and emotions. We can't be disrespectful to the child's journey. You understand what I'm saying? But now the child is older, and somebody said something about hold on, I think it was, hey, the king, good morning, good morning. Somebody said something about the parents' love shouldn't be conditional. And there was something else. The comments are going. But I want to say this, right? We all have conditions, right? We all have things that we have been through. And so sometimes we don't put down our traumas. And Jasmine, this is for you. We don't put down our traumas, right? We carry them with us. And so our traumas manifest into something else. And we don't put them down. Because once we pick them up, they're no longer traumas of somebody else, or some other space or place. They become our traumas, right? Because we're carrying them with us. And her trauma, right? As I said to you all before, in the message she sent me, her trauma was she saw the other kids go through this and she didn't want it for her child. But she had been SA'd as a child herself. You see the trauma cycle? And I'm not saying that this is what it is, right? Because you could have abuse be verbal, right? SA abuse, addiction, things like that. So there's a lot of traumas that are out there. But sometimes what we don't understand is that trauma is not necessarily ours to begin with, right? So I'm gonna speak on me. I am a child out here. I was 11 or 12 years old, and y'all know we talk about this on the show. But I was 11 or 12 years old, and I'm thinking I'm doing everything that all the other children are doing, right? I'm out here living my life. I'm having fun. I'm doing the things that all the other children are doing. But because my mannerisms were more feminine than the other kids, I became something other than just an 11 or 12-year-old child, a boy, on both sides, right? I was being approached. I was being talked to differently, right? I was being accused of things that I had no idea that I was doing or was doing, because I thought I was just a regular child. The church pulled me in, the deacons and the pastor pulled me in to tell me to stop doing what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm in the choir. I'm on a young deacons board. I'm doing all of these things because my church is telling me growing up that this is what this is how you get to heaven. I'm going to get to heaven. I'm going to do all of these things because this world is going to pass away soon, and then I'm going to get to heaven. And then for them to tell me that I would never get to heaven because heaven doesn't accept people like me, that I'm demonic, I'm an abomination. I'm 11 or 12 years old. I didn't know I was wrong until I was wrong, right? And this is what I mean when I'm speaking to that mother. Hold some grace for your child because you don't know what the child has been through, right? And something that we know about trauma, you will be 40, 50 years old, grown man, woman, however you identify, right? You will be standing there, grown as you are, and still dealing with 12-year-old trauma. That kid is on the forefront. That teenager is right here because we've never dealt with the trauma. So this morning, the topic is put down your trauma, right? Now, y'all, it's easier said than done. Easier said than done. But we have a couple of steps that we have to do, right, in order to put down your trauma. And Jasmine, I said this was for you because Jasmine spoke on this on Sunday, and I said that I was going to make this the topic here for Tuesday, right? But I thought it would be great to start off with the letter or the message that this mother sent about her child. And so people ask me all the time, Titan, why do you talk about these things? Because they're important. It's real life. It's what's happening. It's something that happened to me, right? And we know that it's not what's wrong with the child. It's what happened to the child. Something happened. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. You got to truly understand where you're at, right? And I'm not saying anything negative or nasty about what happened, right? It doesn't have to be a negative thing. Trauma is something that is adjacent to you vicariously through someone else, right? Have you ever seen something happen in front of you, or car wreck or something like that? And I'm going to talk about it in this sense because a lot of people will talk to you about SA happening and things and people messing with, this and that. And that's the reason why they feel like that. And they feel like all of this stuff. And I'm saying that's not the case in point, right? My grandmother used to jump at loud noises all the time, right? And this is not when she was older, when she was younger. I remember being a kid and her jumping like it was always something, right? And so what I didn't know is that she had trauma in her life to where she felt she always had to protect herself. So if there was a loud noise, that means something was happening. We don't know what people have been through. We don't know where they're coming from. We don't know the trauma they have experienced, right? And a lot of times our traumas closes our ears and our eyes, right? A lot of times our traumas closes our mouths so we can't speak about what we've been through and what's been going on. I was in my mid 40s telling my mother about things that happened to me, around me, the traumas I experienced when I was a teenager. Late 40s. I'm 53, right? And y'all, if it was just easy for me to put down my trauma and walk away from it, I would have been and done it. It would have happened a long time ago. But yeah, we know life is life and we are human and we feel these things. Yeah, I always try to approach individuals, people's lives, my life, situations with an open mind. Because how did you get here? Right? How did you get here? How did you get to hate this so much? How did you get to dislike who I am? Right? Y'all remember, right? I'm demonic. I'm an abomination. Remember? I'm wrong. I need to repent. I need to do all of these things. You remember all of that? How did you get here? Something happened along the way. There was some type of trauma. Something went on for you to feel the way that you feel and to go so hard in the paint about it. Right? When I told her, I said to her, show yourself some grace because you don't have all the answers. But you got to be able to talk to your child and understand where your child is at. And y'all, I am so tired of y'all saying, oh, well, it's, that's a baby, that's this, that's that. If your child is, as the lady said, as the mother said, her child changed right before her eyes. You didn't want to check on that? You didn't see the change? You ignored the change, right? And this is real talk. This is real talk. This is nothing against her. I'm just saying that we got to be real with ourselves. You said the change happened right before your eyes. So what was it that was stopping you from acknowledging the change that's happening? And again, this is not me coming at this mother. This is me saying we got to be real with ourselves because somewhere along the line you chose to ignore it, or it wasn't something important to you, or you felt it was a phase and it was going to go away, whatever the case may be, or you didn't want to be embarrassed by the church or your family or whatever it could have been. But this is what I'm saying. When you got to put down your trauma, you're going to have to acknowledge what that is. Why do I act this way? Why do I feel this way? Why am I here? Right? Why am I doing this? Why I can't understand what's happening. There's something going on there, right? And so, y'all, I'm gonna go back to this because I had to put my trauma down. I had to put down my trauma. My trauma around, I was called everything. I was the bad one. I was the nasty one. I was the demonic one. I was the abomination. I was the issy, the ag. I was all of these things. I was a mama's boy. I was this. And then when I was diagnosed, right, with AIDS and only having 4 T cells, then all of a sudden, everything that had been told to me, everything that had been said to me, right, was true and point. But nobody knew what I had been through. Nobody knew that I believed that I was born this way. Nobody understood that, right? So they ostracized me instead of trying to figure out how or what or why, right? They basically told me to shut up. That can't be. That is not this. That's not that, right? And I'm saying, but y'all, if y'all deserve to live and to have and to be, don't I deserve the same thing? Right? Y'all, on this platform, It's hard to put your traumas down or to put down your trauma when people are constantly activating you, triggering you about said trauma, because they feel that they have the right to do those things. People say all the time, Titan, well, you could have just said it. You could have just told me. You could have just, if I was able to do that, I would have done that. Right? Like, stop it. We know it's not that simple. We know it's not that easy. Because if it was that easy, right, it would have been done. Done. It would have been done. It's not that easy, y'all. It's not that easy. Right. And then even if you say it, they still ignore it. Right. And D. Holly said, yes, you deserve love like everyone else. And y'all, I think y'all need to really look at where you're at. And in these families, in the dynamics, you treat one child this way and you treat another child this way. You don't give the children the same love all the way across the board, because now you feel, right, that this child is different. And I want to tell y'all something. You're talking, oh, keep it away from the child. Don't tell the child. Don't do this. Children know. Children know. Children can tell you better than you can tell yourself, because they know. Children can identify things that are wrong, and they'll try to tell you, and you'll tell them to stay in a child's place. You'll tell them that this is none of their business. Don't act like that. Boys don't do that. Girls don't do that. You will tell them to suppress their feelings. You will tell them that them being a child of God, right, has levels or has locks on the door, right? But everybody's a child of God, except you because you're LGBTQIA+, or except you, Titan, because you're HIV positive. So there are exceptions to the rule. No. Put down your trauma, right? So the first thing that we want to talk about when you're putting down your trauma is that you have to show yourself some grace. This world will beat you up, chew you up, and spit you out, right? Because there's a lot of things going on in this world. Is this world good? Yes. Is this world bad? Yes. Because things good happen and things bad happen. But show yourself some grace, right? You don't have all the answers, but it doesn't mean you can't get them, or you can't understand, or you can't be. It doesn't mean that, right? Number two, we have to understand that there is trauma. And again, 9 times out of 10, sometimes the trauma is not even yours. It's something that you picked up. It's something that somebody carried into you and sat right down in your lap. Y'all, throughout my life, people have put trauma on me to the point that I thought it was my trauma. Why do I not like this? Why do I not know this? Because that's not my trauma. That was somebody else's trauma. And y'all know when I said, don't put that on me, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. People will tell you that you don't deserve to live and be and love and have all of those things because they have trauma surrounding that, right? People will tell you that you can't be happy about just waking up in the morning, right? Because they have trauma around however they woke up in the morning or however they came to be in the morning, whatever it may have been. People will tell you that you can't love the same sex, right? They will tell you that you can't be who you are. They have told me on this very platform that I cannot identify the way that I identify. Y'all, this is my life. But because they brought that trauma and sat it in my lap so many years ago, so long ago, that I picked it up because it masked itself as if it's mine. And I've been carrying that trauma around for all this time at a point to where I am understanding that I have trauma that's not even mine. You don't get to do that anymore, right? You don't get to come and sit your trauma, your ills and your thrills and your pills all in my lap because you can't deal with it. Y'all, this is my life, and you're telling me how I should live my life. Come on. Like, put down your trauma. Do inventory on your life. And check and think about where you're at. Well, why do I feel this way? Well, why do I react like this? Something happened. Something's not right. Why do I not like this? Right? Remember, I was talking about the loud noises. I didn't understand. I used to laugh, ha ha ha, every time my grandmother would jump. But I didn't understand. You feel me? I didn't understand that there was trauma behind that. I found out later on in life. Then I felt like crap because we were laughing. We didn't know no better. It's things like that. You feel me? We have to really understand where we are at. We have the power to change the whole dynamic of a relationship. We have the power to change the atmosphere in the room. We have the power to save. We have the power to love. We have the power to build. We have the power, right? But y'all, we don't use that power because we are packing this trauma around. We are packing this trauma around. We won't put it down. Y'all, we will not put it down. And I'm not going to say this is everybody. I'm going to say I'm using I statements. What I realize is that my trauma from my childhood, right, still impacts me till this very day. Show yourself some grace. You're not going to have all the answers. And you might not be able to identify the trauma just like that. Show yourself some grace. Number two, we are going to go on this journey of understanding what trauma is and how it shows up in our lives. Right? Notice I didn't say we're going to solve the trauma. We're going to go on a journey to identify trauma and how it shows up in our lives. Y'all with me? Put down your trauma. Show yourself some grace. Number one, because I'm coming to number three, y'all. Just hold on a second. Number one, show yourself some grace. Number two, we're going to go on the journey of understanding. We need to know what that trauma is, right? And how it shows up in our lives. Y'all with me? And how it shows up in our lives. That doesn't mean you're solving it. That doesn't mean that you have all the answers. What it means is that what is this? Why is it here? Who gave it to me? Because if it's not mine, right? And so I want y'all to think about this, right? Think about this. When I say who gave it to me, meaning that as children, you are going throughout life and you are watching all of these things happen. And remember what I said. 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times, it is not your trauma. It's the location where you are, geographically, right? Who you were born to, right? Not blaming your parents, but your environment. You with me? And what we know, trauma didn't just show up yesterday. Trauma been here since the dawn of time. You feel me? This is what we know. And then we receive things differently. You ever watched a car wreck? And some people be like, oh, this gonna go on there. I'm gonna get all the likes and views and stuff. I'm just gonna record it and do all of that. Somebody standing next to that person is like, oh my God, are they okay? Are they all right? Somebody standing next to that person is like, y'all, please help me get over to this side over here. I can't do that, right? And somebody else is over here traumatic, right? Can't even formulate, probably pass out, do things. Trauma is different for everyone. So when somebody say to you, put down your trauma, we can't just put it down. We have to have understanding about what that trauma is or how it shows up. Now, again, I don't have all the answers. But when something is causing me to not fully be vested, when something is causing me not to fully be where I need to be, not to fully love myself, understand who, when something is causing me, there is something there. And y'all know, in order for you to conquer it, you're going to have to call it by its name. But I believe that there has to be some type of understanding. I live in the hood, right? I don't miss no words. I love my hood. I love my neighbors. I love my neighborhood. But I'm in the hood, right? You feel me? And there is this guy that's always arguing and fussing with his girlfriend. Every day. And the arguments get so, like, they so violent, right? And I'm just saying in my mind, what has happened, right? Like, how is this possible every other day? And the conversations, and you are just loud and all of this. And I'm saying this because I want to tell you how trauma, right, is not necessarily yours, right? It's just in that vicinity, in that area, in that place, right? Now, this person is going off and going on and going on and da. The older ladies in the neighborhood are petrified because they don't know what's happening. You understand what I'm saying? So much so that we had to go out and say, hey, right? This is causing the elderly women to, you know what I'm saying? And y'all may say, oh, we're tightened. No, but think about that. To him, that's not trauma. Even though it screams trauma, that's not trauma. But to those elderly ladies, right, that all of a sudden here comes this loud booming voice talking about, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and F you and all of this stuff, that's traumatizing for them. Y'all see how trauma works? You feel me? And y'all, we can't sidestep how they feel. They deserve love and life and laughter just like anybody else. And I'm sure that he deserves it as well. However, his trauma that he believes is his, that he's trying to solve a problem or a situation that he's in, he doesn't think or he doesn't know how it affects somebody else. Y'all with me? That's how trauma moves. That's how it happens. So when I say put down your trauma, we have to understand that sometimes we are carrying around those bags, right? We are carrying around those bags. Erykah Badu, bag lady, right? The word says, you know what I'm saying? You're going to hurt yourself carrying around them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you all you have to hold on to is you. You feel me? Show yourself some grace while you're on this journey, while you're trying to put those traumas down. And that understanding, grace, understanding. You won't have all the answers today, but you keep moving towards them and understand that you are deserving of love and life and laughter, right? And then number three, you're going to have to call trauma what it is more than once. And it takes a lot of us a long time to get there. You feel me? You're going to have to call trauma what it is more than once. Because I thought I had called my trauma everything I needed to call it so that I could understand it and I can deal with it and I can start the healing process. And I want to say this to you all because I'm going to be real and I'm going to always be real with you, right? A lot of us cannot heal from it because we haven't started the healing process. We think that we say a couple of prayers. We think that we do a little meditation. We think that we, go on a trip and sit on the beach and all of our worries are gone. Y'all with me? Y'all heard me talk last week about going to the darkness, vacationing in my past. Some of us are packing 5 bags when Southwest only allow you 2 free bags. Some of us got 5 bags and we vacationing in our past, in the darkness, in that trauma, and we're staying there. We have to acknowledge why we keep going back there. Why do we keep going back there? Because we haven't dealt with it. We haven't taken one step toward understanding it. What I learned in my therapy sessions is that I am not at fault for what happened to me. Y'all with me? We carry a lot. We carry a lot. And in this world, it is believed that you are guilty until you're proven innocent. I know, innocent until proven guilty. Because people will put this guilt on you, this hurt, this shame, this trauma. They will put it on you. And then you have to go on a journey in order for you to be okay. You with me? Backwards. People will tell you, oh, I had a wonderful childhood. Nothing affected me. None this and this. But that thing keeps rearing its ugly head every now and then. You can't focus. You can't live. You can't be happy. Something is going on. So this morning, y'all, I want you to show yourself some grace. Put your trauma down. Put down your trauma. However you want to say it, put down your trauma. But I want you to show yourself some grace and understanding that it's not going to be easy. It's not just going to drop just like that. That's not how it works. And then when you're on this journey, it's a journey of understanding. It's not a journey of solving. We have to stop trying to solve everything while we're on this journey. You will get to your destination, right? You will get to your resolution. You will get to it. But you cannot start our first step. Oh, it's solved. It is never that easy. My grandmother used to say, anything worth having is worth working for, right? Anything worth having is worth working for. If you got it, you worked for it. And y'all, I used to say all the time, well, man, you ain't got to, no, grandma, no. But truth, the fruits of your labor, that means that you have worked for it. That means that you have done it again and again and again to make sure. And remember, I said the third thing, you're going to have to call that trauma by its name more than once. Because once you identify it, now you're going to have to understand what it takes to put it down. Because you've been holding on to it for so long. You feel me? People will put their traumas on you because they've been holding on to them for so long. They don't even know how they got them. How did I get it? Right? But it's here. It's here. And I can't put it down because I don't know how I got it. I don't know where it came from. So even though I put it down, right? I ran back around and picked it up again because I don't know how I got it. I don't know where it came from. Y'all feel me? Yes, indeed. Okay, come on. Come on. We're going to be real. So for those of you all who are just tuning in today and coming on, the topic is put down your trauma. And what I want to say is that I am nobody's saint. I am nobody's prophet or this and that. Y'all, what I know is that this is my purpose. I'm here for a reason. And I can't tell you anything that I haven't experienced, right? So it may vary from me to you. But we started off talking about the mother and her child that was born male, right? But now identifies as female. And she wanted to understand, how can I help my child? And y'all, I'm not telling her anything differently than I'm telling you today. But what I'm telling her to do, I told her, first off, show yourself some grace, because we don't all have the answers, right? But the main thing that she said throughout the whole piece that she wrote to me is that I love my child. I love my child. I don't want to not have my child. That is my child. That is my baby. That is my baby. Through the whole thing. So you know what? Let's go with this first. Okay. Calm down. Right? Show yourself some grace. Because you don't have all the answers. And despite what the people told you, despite what your boyfriend or husband told you, despite what the church may have told you, despite what these media outlets may have said to you, you don't deserve that. Meaning, you don't deserve doing away with your child. You don't deserve leaving your child high and dry. You don't deserve that. What you deserve is your child's love. So show yourself some grace, and then let's go on this journey of understanding. How can I support you? Right? Take yourself out of the equation. Once you've shown yourself that grace, take yourself out of the equation, because it's not about you anymore. The child is trying to express to you what's going on, and you got to be open to what that is. You understand what I'm saying? And we're always talking about the children. But some of us won't even listen. Some of us see it right in front of our faces, and we will not acknowledge it. But we will let somebody that's not in our home, somebody that is not of blood, somebody who could be of blood, right? Somebody that is not there for our good, to tell us what to do with our children, to tell us to do things to our children that they have done to their children, and look at where they're at. Show yourself some grace. When you say put down your trauma, understand that it's not just, y'all with me this morning? It is never that easy. Because again, remember what they told me? They told me, Titan, it's easy for you to do. You could have done this. If it was that easy, I would have been and done it. Done. You have to listen to your children. And I'm talking about not just 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm talking about 11, 12, 18, 19, 20 something, 30 something, 40 something, 50 something. We are all living beings here, and we are always learning something. And I want to flip it just a minute, right? Listen to yourself. Show yourself some grace. Because you're a child. You have a parent. And your parent may not understand you. But check the cycle. If my parent didn't give me the grace, I'm not going to give my children the grace. Or in a grand scheme of things, because I didn't get the grace then, I'm going to give my children all the grace. So much so that it would probably harm me. in the process, because I don't want them to go through what I went through. But I didn't go on a journey of understanding. Why is that so? Right? People will tell you, oh, my parents went upside my head and I turned out okay. You are not okay. You are not okay. You are not okay. And then it's not okay for you to let your children run wild. You feel me? Right? And what I mean by that is be a menace to society. You feel me? And then I'm going to say this because y'all are past time and I'm going to get out of here in just a second. But it's okay to not be okay. We can't keep hiding the fact that we are not okay. We can't keep hiding the fact that we have trauma. We can't. Because I'm telling you, y'all, see, people have said, oh, I was a functioning this. I was functioning and stuff like that. Baby, it is written all over your face. It's written all over your face. It's written all over your body, the way you act, the way you do things, how you react to certain things. Y'all, when y'all see people out here flipping, then snapped, then done all this stuff, this is not something that just happened today. This has been boiling for a moment. This has been building up like a pimple. You feel me? And when it pops, people say, oh, they were such good people. They were such this. This person was over here, right? Acting a fool, tearing up stuff all the time. And y'all saying that they were such a good person. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, no, that's not what we doing, people. Put down your trauma. Number one, show yourself some grace. You cannot just put down your trauma, right? Because you didn't just pick it up. That was a process. That was a process. Number two, understanding. On this journey, you will need understanding that sometimes you might not have been right in what you did or how you did it or what you said. You have to understand where it comes from, what is going on. That's why people tell you your history. Knowing your history is important because you may have come from something that people don't recognize today that was a thing back then. And thirdly, the third thing, you're going to have to call trauma by its name more than once. More than once. Put down your trauma. Put down your trauma. Put it down. When you find out how you picked it up, when you find out where it came from, when you find out how it's messing with your life right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because the trauma was in your past. It's definitely in your present, and it's going to be in your future. Show yourself some grace. On this journey of understanding, understand that you might not have been right in what you were doing because you were reacting to the trauma that was placed on you. But you got to go on that journey of understanding. And lastly, you're going to have to call trauma by its name more than once, because I'm telling you, if it took you this long to identify it, if it took you this long to even acknowledge it, you're going to have to call it by its name. Because me saying, oh, it's one thing. But me saying that I had trauma as a teenager, because people call me everything but my name, or the child of God. I had trauma as an 11 and 12-year-old because the deacons and the pastor took me into a room to tell me that I was demonic and that I was an abomination and that I would never get to heaven. That's trauma. And here's the thing. They thought that they were doing what was right, what was needed to be done. You see what I'm saying? Trauma wasn't even mine. Something somebody thought was wrong or nasty or vile, put it on me, and it stayed with me because I didn't even know I had picked it up. But everybody wanted to tell me who I was. Right? No understanding. Y'all, I had to fight. And this is crazy because in dealing with or going on this journey of understanding, I was fighting all the time. All the time. And we laugh about it. Me and my childhood friends and stuff like that, we laugh about it. We laugh about, elbows and bows. We laugh about that, right? But the reality of it is I had trauma back then. They were picking on me because I was different. Have you ever just known people that want to just bully and fight you for no reason? Like, what is that? They had trauma. Then they put that trauma on me, making my life hell. I'm fighting, getting suspended, getting expelled, bumps and bruises and all of these things. You got me? I didn't know I had picked that trauma up, but if I had not identified that trauma, and I'm still healing, I'm not healed because I don't think we're ever truly healed from it, right? It's a process. Because if it took this long for me to identify it, it's going to take almost as long for me to be able to heal from it and it not to be a thing anymore. That's why I said you're going to have to call it by its name more than once, because once you pick it up, once you understand what it is and you put it down, you're going to look at it and you're going to say, okay, I put it down, but man, dang it. I got to pick it up again. And y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something, right? People will tell you, oh, that's not okay. Don't do that. You are human. It will happen. If you have worked so hard to get something, to mask it, to put it to where people cannot identify right off the bat, when you put it down the first time, it is not going to stay down. Y'all know what my saying is. I say this all the time, right? When you ask God to take something from you, when you say that prayer, when you say that I am done with it, right? You cannot be at the front door saying that you are done with it. And when you give it to God, you go around to the garage, you go around to the back door, to the back window, and pick it up again. That's life. That's life. You are human. Anything that you have did all of this to do, you have done this for years and years and years and years and years. You will not put it down in a minute. It won't happen like that. You will pick that bag up, right? Bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. Carrying all them bags like that. Y'all hear it all the time. You bring baggage to your next relationship. You do all of that. If it was that easy to put down, y'all remember what I said earlier? We would have been and done it. We wouldn't have had no problem. Put down your trauma. But understand that it is a process in putting down your trauma. You can't just drop your trauma and you are done. That's not how that works. Show yourself some grace because you won't have all the answers. It's going to be a journey of understanding to find out, how did I get this trauma? Who gave it to me? Where did I pick it up from? And then once you do that, once you know that, right, and you're on this journey of healing, not that you've healed, you're on this journey of healing, you're going to have to call that trauma by its name more than once, because you're going to have to identify. You know how on those scary pictures or those horror pictures, something go boom in the darkness over there and people say, hello, is anybody here? Hey, hello, am I in the house by myself? That's how you're going to have to do that trauma. Because that trauma is going to be over there in that darkness. And you're not going to want to go in that darkness, but you're going to be just like those horror pictures. And you're going to say, hello, hey, wait, hey, trauma, Is that your real name? Okay. We got to stop. Quit playing. Quit playing. Right. And then you know what? So Letitia says here, I think it's Letitia, right? Letitia, right there. You have to address your trauma by going into the places that traumatize you. And I want to say this to you all because what we know is that sometimes it's traumatic to even go back to the place of trauma, right? Re-traumatizing yourself. That's why I say you have to show yourself some grace. And on this journey of understanding what that trauma is. Now, I'm going to say this. This is an I statement. Nothing against anybody else. I'm going to say this. Y'all know I talk about my spirit all the time, right? And y'all know that I feed my spirit, and I believe my spirit is my EWS, my early warning spirit. It's my connection to God. I believe that's what that is. But my spirit will tell me, Titan, don't go over there. You had trauma over there. You have not dealt with this type of trauma. So you don't go over there because you could be triggered or activated again. Y'all, it's cool to think that you Captain Saver, you finna roll up over here and you finna do it. You finna solve all the problems, but we know that's not what it is. You got to be on that journey of healing, right? And understanding to make sure that we are good. You feel me? You don't go into a battle not prepared. The battle may be a spiritual one. The battle may be a physical one. The battle may be a mental one. You are not prepared for that, right? So yes, you will have to travel to those places and spaces, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, spiritual, physical. You may have to travel there, but you need to be prepared. You've showed yourself some grace and you have the understanding that it's not going to be easy. And more than likely, you will have to try and try again. And then the third part, right? You're going to have to call that trauma by its name more than once. More than once. And you're right, Letitia, you're right. She said, in order to heal, I had to go into the places that hurt me to forgive the people who hurt me and forgive myself as well. And I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that that's not the case in point. Most definitely. Okay? Most definitely. But what we do sometimes, and again, I statements, this is me. I'm not talking about anybody else. What I thought I was strong enough. I thought I had on the armor. I thought that I was, I was healed from it. So I'm going to do it. I got in the midst of it and found out, oh, no, sir. No, ma'am. No green eggs and ham. I was not ready. I was not ready. In theory, I was ready, but I was not ready. I was not ready. And that's you being real with yourself. That's you saying that I have understand. I've shown myself some grace. You feel me? And what I mean by showing yourself some grace, I don't have all the answers. And I may not be strong today. Right? I have to do some things in order to get my weight up. Right? Get ready. Go take a class. Go do this. Go get some prayer. Go do this. Go visit my church. Like I had to wait. You know what I mean? And people used to say, "Oh, we're Titan. You scared? You scared?" No. I'm not scared. I'm cautious. I'm cautious about where I take my spirit. I'm cautious about what I do. Right? Because I've lived it. I've learned. I got it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I didn't been there. Been there, rode that ride and bought that t-shirt. A lot of times we don't understand where we were because we never really acknowledged where we were. So when we go back trying to heal something, you feel me? We are doing the wrong thing. We're not even healing the thing that's affecting us, because we over here thinking that it's this. We're thinking it's the roses and the flowers and the trees, when over here it's the snakes and the lizards and like we don't catch it. So I'm telling you today, the three things that I'm saying for you today, right? Right, is for you to show yourself some grace. Okay. Okay. Look, Tatum Cat. Hey, Tatum Cat. Good morning. Tatum Cat said, this is just me. But sorry for the language, but not sorry. You don't have to be sorry. That's what it is. Two tears in a bucket, right? Kick rocks. Like, I don't have time for that, because y'all, I don't have time to play with my life. I don't have time to play with my mental health. I don't have time to play with that. And that's something I had to learn, right? I had to learn that I can't just go running into the fire and I have no protective gear. I have no water. I have no knowledge of how bad the fire is, what type of fire. I'm not doing that. So when I say put down your trauma, and thank you, Jasmine, so much for the topic this morning. Put down your trauma. Three things that Titan says that you can do, and you do it your way, how you feel, but show yourself some grace, right? Because if you've had this trauma for 20, 30, 40 years, it's not going to be that easy to put it down. Show yourself some grace. Number two, on this journey that you are on, make it a journey of understanding, not a journey of resolution, not a journey of solving, not a journey of this. Make it a journey of understanding. How did I get here? And why did I get? Who gave me this? Because if it's not my trauma, somebody had to place it on me, put it in my lap, gave me that bag that I just threw over my shoulder, boom, and I've been carrying it around for the last 20, 30 years. And number three, and this is just real talk, you are going to have to call trauma by its name more than once. That's what you're going to have to do. Because once you identify it, right, like on those horror pictures, you know that it's a sound that went bump in the darkness. And you know you're not supposed to go in that darkness. But because you think you got it under control, because you think that you are Billy Bad, because you think that you are doing all of this, you're going to go into that darkness. And you're going to be sitting up here letting your presence be known. Hey, what? And knowing we all yell at the screen, don't go in there. Why would you hear something go bump in the night in the pure darkness and you go walking around in the darkness? Put down your trauma. Put down your trauma. But there's a process. We won't have all the answers. We won't be there. But y'all, this world, right, wasn't made just yesterday. So think about it. These things on this earth, in this world, will not just perish today. Right? It took them years upon years upon years upon years to get there, to be there. How? So if it took the world to grow, people are still finding things in the ether, finding things, building things, new products, new things. People are still going out into space. People are going deep down in the ocean and finding things that we didn't even know existed. So your life and the things that you've been through is just going to be that simple? Oh, no. CNC Queen, thank you so much. She said, I like it here. Indeed. D Holly said those horror movies, okay? Oh, come on, tell me. D Holly said nobody has a perfect life. We all have had some type of trauma. Indeed. This is such a deep conversation that needs to be discussed. Thank you so much, right? I think we have to really understand that it's not just that easy and how we doing, okay? Exactly. It's hurtful to let go of the trauma, but it's more painful to hold on to it. Indeed, because this is what you have to understand. If you are um, dealing with this, right, on a regular basis, right, and this is causing your life havoc. Okay, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get out of here because you are going throughout your day to day, right? And there is something that's nagging you, that's causing you havoc every day. So much so that you can't truly function. When you get home, you're just tired. You don't want to do anything. There's something going on, right? And we have to show ourselves some grace. And this is not just with the trauma, but understanding that something happened, something is here, something is going on. So what do? We continue to ignore it until we can't. We continue to put up with it until we can't. We continue to deal with it until we snap. Y'all know one thing I'm always tell y'all on here is that baby, we're gonna talk the talk. We're gonna be real with it. If it stink, if it ain't right, if it's not good, we're gonna talk about it. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna get back. Let me read a couple of comments real quick, and then I'm gonna get back to the answer that the lady, the mother, sent to me after she tried to have a conversation with her daughter. Okay, so y'all, so let me say this. So I had trauma around being open and honest about who I am and what I am and how I show up in this world, right? I come onto this platform and I talk about my life and things like that. But because of what I was told when I first started, what I was told about being gay, what I was told about being a black gay man, what I was told about um, having HIV, what I was told about um, being diagnosed with AIDS and me dying and never going to heaven and all of that, I had trauma around that. So when those people started getting in the comments and talking all this noise and telling me that I was demonic and an abomination and all this stuff, y'all, my trauma, I was activated, right? Because back in the day, all you had to do was say my mama and we was going to tear it up. All you had to do was push me the wrong way and we were going to fight. But that was my trauma, right? I was always defending myself. I was always trying to exist in a world that I felt that didn't want me. You feel what I'm saying? So right now, in this moment, right, I'm being truthfully honest with y'all, right? I had trauma around me going into deeper conversations like today, me talking about these things, me telling y'all about the messages and letters and stuff that I get when I'm out here in the world. Like I really didn't want to do that because I felt like it was just going to be clickbait and things like that. But let me tell y'all something what came from my meditation and my prayer, right? And my spirit was saying, you know what I'm saying? My connection to God, right? My God said, hey, no, this is you. This is what it is. If you build it, they will come. And those that come are supposed to be here. Those that don't, two tears in a bucket. Like it is what it is. Y'all do not, for whoever you are right here that's trying to do this work, trying to be out here, trying to advocate, trying to live your life, be on social media and do the things that you do, have some grace for yourself. And this is going to go right back to put down your trauma. I had to show myself some grace that I might not have all the answers, right? I might not be able to do this that way, but be honest with myself. Some days I come on here, y'all, and I'm always like this, but some days the comments and the negativity and the nastiness, it hits differently, right? But I know that I'm not living for them, right? And this is not, y'all, this is so crazy because I was living for everybody to like me because I had been told that I was bad, right? I had been living for everybody to like me. And that's not what it is. And that's not what it is. God said, Titan, you are on purpose. Do you on purpose. And that's what I've been doing ever since, right? Is it easy? Not always. Is there gratification in it? Yes. But do you? God didn't make a mistake. You belong here. However you show up, however you identify. So I had to put down that trauma. That trauma of being an open nerve for people just to press. That trauma of being on the forefront and speaking my truth and knowing that everybody's not going to like it. I had to put down that trauma of me being told by church members that I was demonic and an abomination. I had to put it down. Right? Because I had carried that trauma with me for so long. And it wasn't easy. I had to pick it up again. I didn't have to, but I did. I picked it back up because I believed that it belonged to me. But that trauma was not mine. Somebody put that trauma on me. And I carried it like it was mine for the next 20, 30 years. So when it came time for me to show myself some grace and have understanding on this journey, and when I called the trauma by its name the first time, I let it down at the front door, but I went around to the back door and picked it back up. But I picked it back up. Put down your trauma. And I want to say this. I want to say this to you. It's okay if you picked it back up. But you must acknowledge what that trauma is and how it shows up in your life. Call it by its name and put it down again. Because, baby, some things we just can't shake overnight. It just doesn't work like that. All right? Woo, I love y'all. I love y'all. Okay? Okay, Keisha said, yes, and you will continue to stride in your purpose. When it gets heavy, we got you. I sure got you. Okay? That's my ride or die. That's 35 years right there, baby. Yes. And I thank y'all so much, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for doing that, for going along with me on this journey. I appreciate you for helping me through the things that I'm doing, and then always showing up, right? And being in the gap for that. Thank you so much. I love you as well. Thank you so much. And Jasmine, thank you for giving me this topic on Sunday. I really appreciate it because I was thinking I was going to do this and do it, but y'all know I like to be off the cuff. You know what I mean? And so when Jasmine said that, I said, oh, okay, well, let me do that. Because, trauma is my thing. I'm trauma certified. So trauma is my thing. But I think that we have to really look at trauma differently, right? Not as this thing over here, right? But as a human thing, right? That it will take some time to go through. And y'all, I want to encourage you, right? I want to encourage you to go and get you some professional help, professional mental health, right? Professional help if you need that, right? Because what we know is that we can sit here and try to solve everything on our own, but sometimes we need to go a step further, right? I promote mental health. I promote seeking out professionals. I promote those things, right? And if you cannot do it, then there are spaces and places that are curated for you. We want to find those, we want to do those, right? And make sure, okay, it's not taboo, right? People always say, oh, it's taboo for us to do that. We're in 2024. Y'all, time is out for us sitting over here suffering in silence and sitting over here like feeling like, what? Oh, yeah. And you're correct, Jasmine. There are support groups as well. I'm a part of a couple of support groups, right? So, y'all, I'm going to continue to do what I do, right? Because I believe that it's my purpose, but I have to be real with y'all and talk to you all about what that is. And I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for understanding. I appreciate you for going to bat for me. And I appreciate you for us walking through this, showing me some grace, showing yourself some grace. And then also on this journey, we are understanding what that is. We might not know this, we might not understand it, but we're going to go through a journey of understanding. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do that. Okay. All right, y'all. D. Holly said, I love to hear you talk, and you are very inspirational to everyone. Thank you so much. And we love you, Titan. Thank you, D. Holly. Thank you so much. Indeed. Indeed. All right, y'all. Look, my people's telling me again, boy, I'll be almost, I'll be almost forgetting. Now I'm going to tell y'all something. Somebody said something about ebonics and grammar and stuff like that. Look, y'all going to come on this here platform and y'all going to hear some ebonics. Y'all going to hear some big words. Y'all going to hear some small words. And y'all going to hear the fact that I want you to break it down to me like I got a 5th grade education and I'm only holding up 4 fingers. That's what that is. We don't do no grammar shaming around here. We don't do no ebonic shaming around here. You talk your talk. You do you. You show up just the way that you are. And then we're going to do everything else on the outside of that. You feel me? So that right there. All right, y'all. So I also have, I got it. Yes. Ooh, y'all be getting me, boy. Y'all be getting me. Hold on. Okay. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me make sure I got it. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? Hold on. Ooh, wait. I think I passed it up. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Whoa. At least I thought I did I? Oh, I think okay, well, I'll tell you what. Give me a second. So I'm gonna do it this way, y'all, because I don't know what happened. I'm running out of time. I need to go. So my Power, Position, and Purpose journal is on Amazon. Um, it's a working journal. It's a journal for you to go through. And so on this journey, when you're putting down your trauma, right? When you're putting down your trauma, I want you to have a journal that's about your power, position, and purpose, right? You may not have, you may not know your power right now. You may have a power and you just haven't identified it, but your position, what position are you in, and your purpose. It's a working journal. It's on Amazon. All you got to do is type in Titan Capri. I'm going to put in the link for you all here, but it's a working journal, as y'all can see. I've been writing in it. I'm trying to pull it back so y'all can see all the way. But I want to say this. So I journal all the time. I write the same way that I talk all the time. I write all the time because I had to have an outlet for all the things that were happening in my life. And something I just didn't understand. And I wanted to be able to go back and to do that. So this journal is a working journal. And the first page says, right, a word for you. And the word is blessed. Okay. Hello, and thank you for choosing this journal. I like to believe journaling is a way to acknowledge and understand where you are in life. I would like to offer you a couple of things for this journey of understanding that we're going on, right? I am worthy, understanding that you are worthy, right? You belong here, right? Number 2, I belong here, right? Look, it was not a mistake. Y'all, for so many years, I thought that God had made a mistake. I thought that I didn't belong here. I wasn't supposed to be here, but you belong here. And lastly, the word is blessed, but the last part is you are a blessing, right? Have you ever blessed anyone? Have you ever done something for someone? Have you ever just been who you were? You are a blessing. You are worthy of love and life and all of that. And so I want you to think about that, right? What is my purpose? What is my power? What is my position? And then what is my purpose? Right? It's a working journal. As you can see, I'm writing in this mug, right? And then it goes into a couple of things, right? Today I feel. Today I create. Today I love. Today I need, right? Just a couple of things. And then you just write it in and be honest with yourself. Today I am. It says today I am. And then I can say today I'm full. Today I am full. I'm full of the love and the life and the laughter that you all have given me. I'm full, right? You can do that. Today I prayed for it. Today I prayed for grace, right? And understanding. Today may have been a hard day for me, right? Today I acknowledge. Today I woke up. So it goes through quite a few things like that. Then it goes to today. And it's 31 days in here, right? I put a lot of days in. So it says today. And today it says I had to check my finances. That's what I wrote in here. Today I had to check my finances. You know, every now and then you got to go check your finances to make sure that you're good. But that's what we do, right? You write in this journal, but you be real with yourself about this journal, right? You be real about those things. You make sure that you are being honest with yourself. Today I write. Today I wanted to write, right? Today I feel blah. Today I feel blah, right? Today I feel blah. That's being real. That's how you do it. You be honest. Then get to the back. And in the back says, I know my power, position, and purpose. Now look again, y'all, I want to say this to you. There is no right or wrong answer. There is no, it must read well. There is no, the grammar must be correct. There is none of that. This is your journal for you to work in or take a journey through, right? Journal, take a journey through and just be honest with yourself, right? The same way I was honest with y'all about putting down my trauma, but I picked it back up. Just be honest with yourself, right? Your power, position, and purpose. And it is Titan Capri on Amazon. Go on over, check it out. Just type in Titan Capri. I'm going to put it into the comments again. And then I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Thank you all so much. Before we get out of here today, I want you to go ahead, TikTok, tippity tap, tap the middle of that screen. Let me know that you are in. Gifts, things. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is me. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean. Show me some thumbs up. Show me some hearts. Show me some love. Y'all, I am Titan Capri on all social media, also on Amazon. So you can go on Amazon and pick up the journal. And this is the first journal in a series of 3. And so my next journal will be coming out soon in the next couple of months. But yes, go on over and support me if you can and if you will. And if you do, right, when you do, if you would like, I'm asking for consent, please take a picture of you and the journal or you or any of my merch that you have purchased and send it over to me if you want. If not, just let me know you got something, right? I'm putting together a huge collage and I just want to, you know, go ahead and do that for my for me, and then for just say thank you for that. And if you, when you get a journal, right, you see me out, I always have a marker available. I will sign it and I will put something nice in it. Let me know and do all of that. Because one day when I'm famous, y'all was at, y'all had the journal. When I'm famous, right? Look, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate you so much. Y'all make sure y'all come back. I'm going to pull this microphone away just a little bit because I'm about to get into this whole thing. Y'all know what we do, how we do it. We're going to get out of here. But this is what we do. I want you, right? I want you, before we get out of here, I want you to understand that I love you right where you're at in this moment, okay? I want you to take your hands and your arms, and if you can't do it physically, do it mentally, do it emotionally, do it spiritually, right? and wrap them arms and them hands around you and hug yourself real tight. Hug yourself real tight. Hug yourself real tight. And I want you to put your name where my name is, right? I want you to put your name where my name is. And I want you to say this. I want you to look into your phone, look into your mirror, look to the sky, look to the moon, to the stars, to the ocean. And I want you to say these words to you, right? We know that the constant thing in this world is love, but we need more of it. And I want you to put your name where my name is. And I want you to say this to yourself, right? Titan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Titan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. You will have other moments, but you will not have this moment, okay? So what I want you to do is put your name where my name is, right? Right, put your name where my name is. And I want you to repeat after me one more time. I love you right where you're at in this moment, right? You will have other moments, but you will not have this moment. Titan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. In this moment. Flaws and all. You belong here. This is your life. You live it. Y'all with me? Y'all know what we about to do. Y'all know, okay then. Okay then. That's what we about to do. Okay. Hey, this is me. I love you right where you're at in this moment. D Holly, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Flo, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Sweetie girl, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Nisha, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Cincy Queen, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Tatum Kathy, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Just Kelly, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Miss Queen Sellers, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Hey, cousin, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Standing on business, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Jasmine, thank you for the topic. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Keisha, thank you for always being down 35 years. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Elaine, I love you right where you're at in this moment. A freaking Ray, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see, who else did we have? This is me. Hold on, y'all. I got him. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna come back. Cause baby, I'm trying to get him. Okay, hold on. Wait. Oh, y'all, the comments were going, right? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, let me come on back. Mimi, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Tina, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Paula, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Carl, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see, Letitia, I love you right where you're at in this moment. David, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Who else do we have here? Sassy, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Tommy, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I don't know what this is here. Amberlina, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Jazz, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Terrell, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see. Carla, I love you right where you're at in this moment. TT, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Nephew, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Black, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Tara, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Oh, I'm sorry. Tiara, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Daryl, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Kiki, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Aaliyah, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I love that name. Yes, I love you all right where you're at. So y'all, the comments were going so far. I could only go back so far. Shakara, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I'm trying to see who else was that. Lucy Lou. Hey, Lucy Lou, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Steve, I love you right where you're at in this moment. A woman of her word. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Margot, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Paul, I love you right where you're at in this moment. All of that. I love you all right where you're at in this moment. Thank you all so much. And you all have a blessed day and all of that. Y'all take care, be blessed, and I will see you all soon. With that, I'm trying to go back down. Let me go back down. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see here. And I think that's everything. Yes. Okay, I got y'all. All right, y'all. So today's topic was put down your trauma. And y'all, we just wanted to make sure that we talked about it. And I'm going to come back on Thursday and talk to you about the response that the mother sent to me after she talked with her daughter. I'm going to remember that, y'all, because I got to get out of here. But I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I can't wait. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's Titan in the morning. Y'all come check with me. Y'all come be with me. Y'all like, y'all follow, y'all subscribe, y'all share, y'all tell some, bring a friend. Tell them to come on in and kick their shoes off and grab a cup. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, hold on, hold on. Mm. All right, y'all. Look, indeed. Okay. I'm out.